So, what should law students focus on during college to build a strong foundation for a career in corporate law?
Yeah, first things first, you need to get a good grasp on the basics of the subjects that are being taught to you. Applies same in the management also. So for law students like contract law, company law, all sort of commercial laws, Negotiable Instruments Act, partnership, and so on. So these are the building blocks for most corporate transactions. First, you know about what are the different business entities, what are the major business laws applicable to these entities when they get into deal making, and then how to uh, encapsulate all this into a contract. So you need to learn how to read contracts and how to draft contracts. So internships are a good source of this knowledge for students. So one should prioritize internships with the companies which are in the relevant sector. Like law, for law students, law firms, in-house legal teams would be most appropriate. For management students, corporate houses would be good internship targets. And so
Yes,
you
sir.
observe the deal flow, client interaction, and see how the law is applied commercially. And you should read a lot. You should read about not only law, but what's going on in business. You should know economics. You should know international relations. You should know sports. You should know about movies and so on. You don't know where your next client will come from, which industry the client will be. And apart from all these theoretical things, you have to work on your soft skills also. You need to develop your soft skills when you are in college. So be curious, be consistent, be hungry, be foolish, be stupid. Try to learn as much as you can within your college years.
So, Abhi, you talked about internships. So, how important are internships in shaping a legal career, and also what should a student prioritize while interning?
Like we have been discussing, internships uh, are a sort of something in between. In college, you are learning something that is purely academic. After your college, what you are going to do is practical. So internships are like trailers. They are the bridge between your college theory and real world practice. So they can uh, shape your career more important than what you can think as of now. So your college will teach you what the law is. Internships will tell you how the law is to be applied. So you learn due diligence, communication with clients, drafting, reviewing, filing. So many practical aspects you learn which textbooks can't. You also get clarity on, which, say, practice area you may find your mojo in. Because when a student enters college, he has very different fancy notions. I will do this, I will do this. Sometimes internships, when they expose you to the real world, you may find your knack that I can be good at this instead of what you had initially thought. Right. So, and if you do well at your internships, they can open the door for your PPOs, referrals, long-term mentorships, and so on. So try to be an asset to the firm that you are interning with. Let them remember you. If you are diligent, sincere, hardworking, if you show initiative rather than treating internships as paid or unpaid holidays, time pass. So that helps in your internships. In terms of priorities, if you are asking, you should observe your seniors while you're interning. You should ask relevant questions. You should follow instructions carefully, diligently. Keep a record of what you're doing and do not lose touch after the internship is over. Do not burn any bridges. Do not forget those people. Do not let those people forget you. That may come handy for you in your career, for LORs, for jobs, and so on.
That's very inspiring and great. So, what are the biggest myths students have about corporate law and how should they reframe their thinking? Like someone think that law is very difficult, like I think.
Yes, law is very difficult indeed, but what field is not? Which field is not? Tell me. Every field is difficult, complex, has its own nuances. But half the battle is won if you unlearn these myths with realistic and empowering insights. Unless you get into it, you will always keep thinking this is like swimming. You read best of journals, best of books, best of manuals, but can you swim without jumping in a pool? You can't, right? So law is a very vast ecosystem. Conventionally, people used to think it's only litigation, tarikh pe tarikh, court kachari, and so on, but it is not. Today, law is very vast. We have environmental law, we have public policy, we have corporate law, we have litigation, we have IPR, and so on and so forth. So it's very diverse. It is not what people think conventionally. And people have a notion that only those who are working with the top 5 law firms will succeed in life, or only those who have made it to national law schools. Like UPSC, we have another national hobby, CLAT. 1 lakh students appear for 2,000 seats in national law schools. So yesterday, day before only, I think Monday, I was taking an orientation session for law students. So some of students were apprehensive, sir, we have not made it to NLUs, what is our future, and so on. So I told them 2,000 students would have made it to NLUs, 98,000 have not. So who will work more, 98,000 people or 2,000 people? Who will get bigger partnership slots at law firms, 98,000 people or 2,000 people? So it's not about where you work, but how much you learn, how much you grow, how much value you deliver to your clients. That will make a difference. And people also have very fancy notion that corporate law is very glamorous, very high paying compared to litigation. But I tell you, the biggest earners in legal field are those who are into litigation. Corporate law
Very true.
will look to be very glamorous, but it is very high pressure. इसमें हमें तारीख पे तारीख नहीं मिलती है. It's very deadline centric, very demanding. And other thing, I think 1 or 2 things more I can remember is that students are always nervous. That's just all about your grades and CV. How many internships you have done, where have you done, what are your, what you call CGPA or what, right?
TGPA,
So,
sir.
yes. So in our times, it was only marks. Out of 100, you have got these many marks and that. No formula complication. There were no complications. So sometimes I forget. So it's not about your grades. It's about your academic strength, yes, to a certain extent, but your communication skill, your personality, your soft skills, your awareness, your professionalism. As we say, degree, there has to be a difference between education and degree. What is degree and what is education? Can you differentiate, Soumya?
Yes, sir. Degree is just a paper.
Degree is paper and
Education, yeah. Education is the thinking and the mindset and the knowledge you get from that degree.
right. So it is said डिग्रियां तो तालीम के खर्चे की रसीदें हैं, right? It's only a receipt. You have paid for it. You have been to this college, you have studied for 5 years or 3 years, whatever, depending on your course. You have
Yes,
studied for
sir.
this many years, you have qualified, you have passed this exam. It is that receipt. Okay, डिग्रियां तो तालीम के खर्चे की रसीदें हैं. इल्म मीन्स नॉलेज. इल्म वो है जो किरदार इज कैरेक्टर, राइट. इल्म वो है जो किरदार में नजर आता है. Your education is what reflects in your character, right? So education is not what you studied in this college. Education is what you are left with once you're out of college. What remains with you is your education. So you should focus on education. What am I taking away once I'm leaving this college? That is
Yes,
education
sir.
that you should focus on. Degrees, diplomas, certifications help you to a little bit. But what carries you throughout your career, throughout your life, is your education, your character. You should focus more on that.
What values from your legal journey align closely with Rotary's ideals of service above self?
Well, we are all are social animals, so to say. We are drawing from the society. We are drawing so many resources from the society. So we should try giving back to the society. Our legacy will lie in how we use our knowledge, time, influence, skills to uplift others. Right? So Rotary is a good platform for us to share knowledge, not only opinions, share knowledge, do some concrete, sustainable work. If we are good at upskilling, mentoring, and so on, I mean, we can support education and skill building among the less privileged ones. So we can volunteer our time with some good institutions, bring the underprivileged ones, up in their vocational skills, particularly. So a lot of efforts are being carried out by Rotary. Now we keep doing it outside of Rotary. It's not channelized. We keep doing it randomly, but Rotary provides us a good platform in a structured way. So we should contribute as much as we can. बूंद बूंद से घड़ा भरता है. हर कोई थोड़ा थोड़ा सा एफर्ट भी डाले. It makes a lot of difference to a lot of people.